What's going on, YouTube? Good morning. I just want to talk about something real quick. I want to get this off my chest because I think it's a subject that definitely needs some input. I'm going to call this one Hermain Cain and his women. But before I get into Hermain Cain, let me ask you guys a question. I want you guys to think back to Bill Clinton back in his days in the Oval Office. What would make a man in an Oval Office who was surrounded by security, Secret Service, risk everything that he's accomplished in life to have a lady give him a blowjob in the Oval Office? I mean, don't think about the act for a second. Think about this guy totally forgetting about all of the consequences that he could face for getting caught. But his urge to get that blowjob, right? That urge made him forget about all of that. Why is it that great men who succeed, who are very successful, who've accomplished a lot in life, why is it that a lot of them fail when it comes to the lust of the woman? Now, I'm not saying the woman is evil or going back to Adam and Eve times or anything like that. I'm just asking a question. Hermain Cain right now, 4 women. Before this is all done, there may be 10 women that are going to come forward and say that he sexually harassed them. You see, a lot of you laugh at Islam and things of this nature, whatever, and say, you know, the way you guys have the division of men and women is ridiculous. But I think that that system may be what we need in place here in America. Because we heard about Bill Clinton. This thing is a big thing. There's a lot of sexual harassment going on in the office and things today. And I want to tell you guys this. Men who are great, men who are trying to be successful, men who just are trying to just be different. Be careful when it comes to women. You know, you may say you're married. You may say I'm happily married and all of these other things. But something inside here, when God created the man, is a little different when it comes to women. It's a little different when it comes to men versus women. Now, I know some of you women may watch this and say, well, hey, you should have some respect for yourself and for your wife and for your family. And men, some of you men know exactly what I'm talking about here. You see, I don't play fire. I don't play with fire when it comes to that kind of stuff. I know, not to say that, oh, I will go and, do something against my wife, whatever. But I don't smile in front of a lot of ladies' faces. I don't hang out with women. I don't do this. I don't put myself in a situation where I'm like, I'm powerful, I can do this. No. I try to hang out with mostly men. And I'm not saying for anything like that. But what I'm saying is, I like to hang out with mostly men, and I don't play Russian roulette. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't go to functions and it's myself and a lady, by ourselves or anything like that. I basically, what I'm saying is, I don't put myself in a situation for something bad to happen. Because when push, you never know what you're capable of doing. Some of you may say, hey, I've been in many situations like that around attractive women, and I have no problem with it. Hey, if that's you, more power to you. But I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of sexual harassment. When you hear men, when they're by themselves and they're having the conversations, men, you know what goes on in those conversations. Sometimes if women would just understand the actual thought pattern of a man, a lot of women wouldn't even get married. That's real talk there. And men, you know exactly what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say here is, men, I want you to voice your opinion on this issue. You know, you see Herman Cain, and see, here's the funny thing. We all can sit back and say, this Herman Cain, we don't want this guy to be a leader. And some of the guys who are actually who are making those statements have been in his same predicament, have been in his shoes, and still sexually harassing women and things of this nature, whatever. You know, it happens. You know, I even try to avoid talk when, you know, when guys, when that lady passes by and everyone's like, "Woo, that lady looks great." You know, oh, you know how it goes, guys. I mean, stop the so-called, you know, I'm high and mighty and I would never do such a thing and I've never thought it and all this other stuff, and you know, I've always saw women and I stop it. I just want you to be real for about 5 minutes. Let me hear your opinion about this issue. Because it's something that needs to be addressed in men, because men are risking everything they have for a little pleasure. A little pleasure. Men are risking everything. There's something that has to be done for men to stop putting themselves in this predicament and risk losing it all. I mean, I think his name is Lou Gingrich. He was first. We have it with Herman Cain, Bill Clinton. I mean, the list goes on and on. Even they talk about this in the Think and Grow Rich. A man has to be in control of his sexual emotions. Has to be. So, let's talk about it, guys. I think this is something that is very important. I'm going to leave it as that. So, if this is your first time watching this channel, guys, glad to have you. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.